Hi, everybody. It's Jay, and I am back in the booth with you for another sneak peek video preview for this week's new release here on Say with Jay. This week is going to be a little different. And what I mean by that is, if you're a fan of Jessie Gussman, you might be aware that this coming Friday was to be the original release date of A Cowboy's Perfect Match, Book 8 in Jessie's Sweet View Ranch Sweet Romance series. But sometimes life happens, and it did, and as a result, the release date of that book has been pushed back a few weeks. Now, we still want to bring you guys new audiobooks to listen to, so we're going to be doing a pair, the first two books in Jessie's Christmas Tree, Pennsylvania Sweet Romantic Comedy series. That's what we're doing this Friday. This is book number 1, Trapped Under the Christmas Tree. Now, we also don't have a new segment of Cooking with Jay planned, and let's just jump right into talking about Trapped Under the Christmas Tree. Trapped Under the Christmas Tree is the story of Jake Bilmer. He's a farmer, and he owns the reindeer farm right outside of Christmas Tree. He also raises horses and cattle. That's where he makes his money, but he's famous for his reindeer. Jake finds himself decorating the town Christmas tree. And I don't think I'm spoiling too much to say that he becomes trapped under it. I mean, it's literally the title of the book. It's also the story of Tessa Connoy, who is the town librarian. And Tessa just happens to see Jake trapped under the Christmas tree and rushes to his aid. Now, I won't spoil any more than that. To find out what happens, you're going to have to come back this Friday to listen to the full release. But for now, here is a bit of the opening of Trapped Under the Christmas Tree. I hope you enjoy it, and then come back this Friday for the full release here on Say with Jay. I'm not sure how it happened, but I somehow got roped into decorating the town Christmas tree. This wouldn't be such a bad thing if I didn't live in the town of Christmas Tree, Pennsylvania. We take our town Christmas tree seriously. Unfortunately, the day I'm supposed to start decorating, there's an accident on I-80, which is not far from our town. All of our firemen, first responders, and basically the entire town rushed off to that emergency because we're a small town, and neighbors help neighbors, even if they're strangers who just so happen to be on the interstate that neighbors our town. Regardless, I'm left alone on a cold Monday evening, a giant Christmas tree in front of me, and tons of decorations, ladders, tinsel, lights, and everything that a person would need to decorate a tree, except help. But I am nothing if not resourceful, and I decide that even if it takes me all night, I will have this tree decorated come morning. Sometimes I'm not very smart. This thought occurs to me as I move one of those super tall ladders over to the side of the tree and climb up. First of all, ladders can only get so close to the bottom of the tree, but the tree tapers, so by the time you get to the top of the ladder, you're much farther from the top of the tree than you are from the bottom. Second, it would almost take 2 or 3 people on ladders to string the lights around the tree. But my mother always said I was stubborn. I suppose she's right, although I always like to think of it as determined. I have the ability to persevere, to overcome obstacles, to not quit. You know, I'm all the positive spin you can put on something like stubbornness. But Mom was right. I am stubborn. That's how I end up leaning away from my ladder toward the tree, trying to put the string of lights as far around as I can, so I can set up another ladder, grab the lights, and continue stringing them. It's been a hot minute since I was on a ladder, and as I'm focusing on trying to get the lights exactly where I want them, my ladder tilts. I jerk up to try to ride it, overcorrect, which isn't surprising, and the ladder starts to tilt the other way. I again overcorrect and dive toward the Christmas tree. The ladder continues to fall away, going right out from underneath me while I fall into the Christmas tree. I know it was stable. I helped put it into the stand that our town uses every year to keep our large Christmas tree upright. But I suppose a 180-pound man wasn't supposed to crash into the tree either, because the tree and I go tumbling down. I don't really get hurt as I fall to the ground, but somehow I end up underneath the tree. I can push myself out from under the branches, except one foot is stuck. There are pine needles all around me, and the scent of pine fills the air. Normally, I enjoy that scent, and normally I would enjoy a peaceful evening hanging out in my hometown. I love this place. It's small enough to be cozy, but large enough to have everything you need so you don't ever have to leave, including a grocery store, a dollar store, and a downtown that hasn't been decimated by a bypass. The town square is the most beautiful place you can imagine, and it's very romantic if I do say so myself. I've taken more than a couple of dates to this very spot. But the stone underneath my back is freezing cold, and I'm reminded that the weather forecast was on the verge of whether we're going to have rain or whether it's going to end up as sleet or freezing rain. That's typical for this time of year in PA, and I didn't really think too much about it when I heard. It isn't supposed to start until after midnight, and by that time I figured I would be long done with decorating this thing. But I hadn't counted on the emergency in the next town over, all of my help leaving me, and me doing something stupid like deciding to decorate the tree anyway. All that adds up to the perfect storm, where I'm now lying on the cold, romantic stones in the middle of Christmas Tree's town square, trapped under the Christmas tree that I was supposed to be decorating. I can't even call anyone, because when I fell, my phone must have fallen out of my pocket, since I can see it lying on the stones, at least 10 feet away from me, right beside the splayed-out ladder. The town is deserted. Everyone has been advised to stay inside because of the potential ice storm. I close my eyes and shake my head. Hi, this is Jay, and thanks for listening. If you're ready for another great Jessie Gussman audiobook, here's one we think you might like. Or check out our latest releases. Don't forget to subscribe to Say with Jay, give this video a thumbs up, and tell us what you liked in the comments.